a big topic, the topic is big. It's a big topic,
little harmonica.
The topic is big. It's a big topic, the topic
Very,
is big.
very challenging instrument.
The topic
I
is
really
big.
enjoy
It's a big topic, the topic is big.
the journey of learning how to play,
The topic is big.
and
It's a big topic, the topic is big.
it's a lot of fun.
It's
a lot of fun.
It's a big topic, the topic is big.
Oh, this is so exciting.
The topic is big.
Recording, talking, podcasting. What an event. I think I have 2 subscribers now. And I think 1 person has listened to part of 1 video. That, people, is progress. That is progress. And this progress shall continue. I shall predict the future. There will be more videos and more people. Well, there is technically no future, but that's a big topic. So today, thus far, I think the real challenges with doing the show have been technical in nature, with the phone calls for the podcasting, for the recordings. So what's happening is that there is audio echo coming from the calling party's microphone, bleeding over and recording over into I should say that my voice is bleeding over into their track. And it's creating this really challenging audio echo. And the folks at Soundtrap, and I don't mind plugging Soundtrap. Soundtrap I've found to be an awesome collaboration tool. The folks at Soundtrap have been really helpful in trying to work it out and problem shoot it. And so we'll continue to work through it. And the content doesn't change, though, even though there's some echo and some technical difficulties. The content of the podcast is still good, and the interviews are still good to listen to. And, you know, it's one way to look at it is it's just it's a little bit more colorful with some of the technical difficulties and having to work around that and just count on good old-fashioned voice and connection. I think that's a really nice thing. Not having overdubs and edits and excessive music. I personally like to hear somebody's voice. I like to hear what they have to say. I like to listen to their voice. It tells me a lot about the individual. Gives me an opportunity to muse when hearing the thoughts of another or reading the words of another. Music can take place, so it can become a creative experience in the moment as it's happening. So even though I'm compensating for these technical difficulties, they don't really bother me. I'm more concerned about how listeners react to them. I've got a beeping in my ear. Let me see if I can turn this down. I've got Facebook beeping. Okay. Little moment of silence there. That was nice. So the podcasting is going well. I believe I've enjoyed this so far. I've learned a lot. The technical stuff, that's important. I'm learning that I have a lot to learn about doing an interview. I thought I would just write a few questions down and go from there, but no, there's more to it than that. So in order to perform a good interview, I have to grow. And that'll be fun. Yeah, that'll be fun. Because the interviewing process is fun. And so is the squeaky chair. I got called out on the squeaky chair. I wonder if I should oil it. Maybe I should. What is that stuff called? WD-40? Should I WD-40 the squeaky chair? Might have to do that. I think I've got to work on fixing one of the podcasts from earlier. There were some volume issues on it that need to be corrected, so I'm going to take care of that. But yes, it's been nice to have some interviews and begin the process of getting to know individually gonna pause the recording. Oh, that's what happens when there's live recording. I had Facebook blowing up, technical issues with a podcast, volume problems. I thought it would be like a simple radio broadcast, which would be nice. If I had it my way, I would just have a radio broadcast, live radio with live callers. I think that'd be fun. I wonder if that's a possibility. How do you do live radio, live broadcast with live callers, just with the audio? I don't want to mess with video. It's too complicated. It's too complex. The word bliss keeps popping up. I keep hearing the word bliss. And there seems to be some minimal consensus amongst people talking that awakening and enlightenment is some form of eternal bliss. I don't know one enlightened person who has bliss. They experience an awe. But the majority of the people that I know that have had the shift, the brain shift. There is a brain shift that takes place. And there are people that are having the same brain shift. It takes a different form. It's like a painting or a flower. Each person has their own nuance, their own personality, their own traumas. Oh, now I need to pause again. Gotta pause again. Okay, back from that. You're getting it live. You are getting it live. That when there are multiple things happening, multitasking happening, you're getting it live. Sometimes I am going to have to pause this. So, bliss. So there's a brain shift that happens, and there's a magnificent unknowing and openness that takes place where it feels like the person is simply just getting ripped to pieces. and sinking into an infinite bottomless pit, a void. That's not very blissful. And your self-identity gets shredded to pieces. The self-identity can get shredded to pieces. That's not. I wouldn't consider that to be very blissful either, where everything that you knew, everything that was thought to be known, gets ripped to pieces. Most that I've encountered describe a melancholy that has set in, a kind of an undertone, even a sadness that's always present, kind of on the verge of tears. I don't think bliss, I think it's a part of it. Anything is possible. Maybe some do experience long-term bliss. I had phases with it where it was tastes of it. It was absolutely magnificent, but it fades. Everything fades. Everything fades. But there definitely seems to be a deep expression of love and bliss that takes place while simultaneous destruction happens. But the attachment of enlightenment onto bliss is indeed, from my experience and many of the others that I've read and talked to, is a passing phase as well. So, I don't know, I guess that's a little, you'll do as you do. In awakening, there really isn't much of a choice. But I would throw a little caution into the wind that if bliss is being promoted as some type of bliss, some type of eternal bliss, if that's being promoted as, a goal or a standard of awakening or of enlightenment, I'd be wary of that. And that's all I'm trying to say with that. So I think that'll do it for this recording. And it was a little splotchy, but hey, shit happens, right? For those of you who are awakening, and you know that you're awakening,
the topic is big. It's a big topic. The topic is big. It's a big topic. The topic
it can be
is
brutal.
big. It's a big topic. The topic is big. It's a big topic.
It can be brutal, and it can toughen you up
It's a big topic.
quite a bit.
Topic is big.
With the amount of loss that has to take place. So,
it's a big topic. The topic is big.
It is indeed a big topic.